everybody VUU, not only the home of CIAA champions, but also offering opportunities for internships, amazing learning opportunities, and an affordable tuition. Visit VUU.edu today to begin your enrollment process. VUU, the promise of a limitless future.
Hello VUU, my name is Alexis Wilson, a graduating senior from Portsmouth, Virginia, and my major is History and Political Science with a minor in Business Management. I am so grateful, I am so humble, full of love and integrity and joy to be graduating from such a historical and monumental HBCU located here in Richmond, Virginia. I am a first-generation college student for my family, and I'm so happy to be that vessel and the example that I'm setting for my family and also my younger siblings. I'm very proud of myself and all the accomplishments I have made, from singing internationally to just breaking barriers with my academic dreams and goals. I'm so happy with all the internships that I have been able to get under my belt and all the experience, fun times, good times, and bad times that I've spent here on these hollow grounds and dear old walls. VUU has taught me so much, I have learned so much, and I've grew tremendously. I thank you for each and every person I have ran into, that I've made friends, and of course, the best sorority of all time, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. I thank you. VUU, I thank you for everything. And everyone continue to stay safe and stay blessed.
Hello, my name is Hayden Garcia and I'm a graduating senior at Virginia Union University. Graduating is a big deal for me and my family because coming from South Africa, I was the first of my family to have left the country to go study, and having achieved graduating, it's a big deal. My family's really proud of me. I'm really proud of what I've achieved, and I'm also very thankful for everything that has been done for me and the opportunities that I've been given. I'm also thankful for being able to come back after this year and start my master's program with the Virginia Union, and I'm excited to start that part of my life, and I look forward to coming back.
The Bible says that the blessings of the Lord maketh rich and addeth no sorrow. David said, goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the Lord the house of the Lord forever. We're going to teach you this song, and we're going to ask you to sing it with us. Help me, choir. Simple. It says, goodness and mercy. Say it.
Goodness and mercy shall follow me
All of the days.
all of the days of my life.
Stay right there. Goodness and mercy. Say it.
Goodness and mercy shall follow
All
me
of the days.
all of the days of my
Come on,
life.
you can't now. Sing with us. Goodness and
Goodness and mercy shall follow
all
me
of my
all
days.
of the days of my life.
Goodness and mercy. Say it.
Goodness and mercy shall follow
All
me
of the days.
all of the days of my life.
And I will dwell.
And I will dwell in the house of the Lord
Forever and ever.
forever.
And I will dwell.
And I will dwell in the house of the Lord
It's that simple, y'all. Forever. Come on.
forever.
Let's go to the top. Sing with us now. Goodness and
Goodness and mercy shall follow me
all of the days. Come on. Goodness and mercy.
Goodness and mercy shall follow
All of the days.
all of the days.
Come on, y'all. And I will dwell.
I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever.
And I will dwell.
I will dwell in the house of the Lord
All of my days.
forever.
Come on, y'all. Say that again. And I will dwell.
Dwell in the house of the Lord
Forever. Say. And I will dwell.
dwell in the house of the Lord
Forever and ever. Forever and ever. The next part of the simple goes like this. Goodness and mercy follows me all of my days. Can you tell me that goodness
Goodness and mercy follow me
all of my days?
all of my days.
Goodness and mercy say
Mercy follow
all of my days.
all of my
Come on, put our hands together. We're gonna put it in harmony. Say goodness
Goodness and mercy follow me
all of my days.
all of my days.
Goodness say.
Goodness and mercy follow me all of my days.
Say all of my days. I don't have to worry about a thing.
My days.
I don't have to worry about a problem. I don't have to worry about it. All of my
Goodness and mercy follow me all of my
How you doing? My name is Eric Anthony Alexis, and I am a graduating senior for the class of 2022. The reasons why I'm excited to graduate is because I'm ready to take on the real world. I'm ready to make my peoples proud, especially my mom. All the hard work she put me through to finish at Union, and I just want to give a big shout out to my family, my pops, my little brother, my friends. My post-graduation, after I'm done with Union, I'm going on to try to do a fellowship in New York City to become a biology teacher and just see if I enjoy it. Hope I can rock it out. I want to thank Union for everything they have done for me to become successful. And I appreciate everyone that was in my corner to sacrifice to get me where I'm at. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Lakeisha Frazier Jones, and I am a Master's of Arts in Curriculum and Instruction graduate student. I am so excited to graduate. This was a huge accomplishment for me, returning to school after graduating from Virginia Union University 14 years ago. I was so scared that I would not be able to provide my professors and assignments with my undivided attention while also being a full-time teacher, mother, and wife, in addition to all that's going on in the world. So yes, this was obviously not an easy task for me, but it was definitely well worth it. I'm so excited to graduate and walk across that stage again, knowing that all of my hard work has paid off and I have mastered it.
VUU, not only the home of CIAA champions, but also offering opportunities for internships, amazing learning opportunities, and an affordable tuition. Visit VUU.edu today to begin your enrollment process. VUU, the promise of a limitless future.
Hi, class of 2022. My name is Alkin Barkley. I'm a graduating senior coming out of Johannesburg, South Africa. I am an accounting major. Graduating to me is important because I see it as the first step to achieving my goals of becoming a chartered accountant. After school, I will be hoping to further my golf career while also still studying my master's in accounting. Thank you.
Greetings, fellow Panthers. I am Kelvin Green Sr., and I'm both grateful and thankful to be graduating with my Executive MBA in Church Management from the Sidney Lewis School of Business. This is a significant milestone in my academic journey, and I look forward to applying all that I have learned along with the collegial relationships that have been cultivated as I embrace my call to pastor. I want to take this opportunity to publicly thank Dean Davis, who has played a critical role in helping us to get to this point. I appreciate you, Doc, your staff, and your faculty, and all who helped to make this day happen. Again, I say thank you.
As we approach this grand stage with robes, tassels, and hoods, I'm reminded of the words penned by the great Milton Bingham. We've come this far by faith, leaning on the Lord, trusting in His holy word. He's never failed us yet. To be sure, that is our testimony. We've exercised faith in the classroom, the library, and the study halls to make it to this moment. Surely we have leaned on the Lord when our brains were drained, when our eyes were heavy and our fingers were numb. And He's never failed us yet. How do I know? Because we've made it to graduation day. I am personally excited about this prestigious commencement, as it is indicative of the many commencements that God has done in my life, and it serves as the bridge to the many commencements to come. For that I am humbled, grateful, and even excited. The second stanza of that great ballad suggests that, oh, we cannot turn back. We've come this far by faith. The same God that was with us in pre-K has been with us in grad school, and I submit that he's with us today. So we cannot turn back now. With this revelation, I'm continually leaning on the Lord, and I'm trusting in him to guide me as I embark on this new journey of doctoral studies, as I pursue the continued quest for pastoral leadership and seek to continue to preach and teach God's word. It is because of the Lord's faithfulness and the preparedness facilitated by this great faculty of the Samuel DeWitt Proctor School of Theology that we celebrate this great commencement. For that, I am ever thankful. And of course, it goes without saying that I surely do love my grand old STVU.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring. Ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling seas. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. Stony the road we trod, bitter the chastening rod, melting the days with hope. Unborn has died, yes, with the steady beat. Have not our weary feet. Come to the place for which our Father
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to your beloved Virginia Union University as we celebrate the 123rd commencement exercises, celebrating the great work, the destiny, the purpose, and the fulfillment of years of labor of the graduating class of 2022. We do not know what others may have done during a global pandemic. We do not know what others do when troubles come and trials rise. But for those who we celebrate today, no matter what comes their way, they finish what they start. Not only do we celebrate the class of 2022, but no one is to be left out from celebrating what they have achieved. There is something powerful about the ability to hear your name called and to walk across the stage, knowing that you have finished something even though it was delayed. To the class of 2021 and 2020, you are here too. Though the pandemic has stalled you, you also persevered and you finished virtually. Yes, we celebrated you virtually, but you will hear your name called and you shall walk too. Say, I'm walking. Now, I know this is the first time in 2 years that we've had a commencement exercise. So some of you may be out of commencement fitness. Let us go through all of the things that we will experience over the course of the next 45 to 60 minutes. Now, to Uncle Boo Boo, Auntie Nene, all of those who come to join us, we really don't scream once we begin the official exercise. So to help you, let me usher you through the screaming and the exuberant responses of calling names randomly during our sacred exercise. So first, to all of those who don't listen to instruction, please stand and you scream first. Come on, say the names, get it out. You know you're not gonna listen. Say their names right now. Come on, there you go. Blow the horn, somebody has a horn, blow it. Come on, it's illegal to blow the horn, but blow it now. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, there it is. Come on. Yeah, work yourself till you're tired. One more time, come on. Yeah, get it all out. Yeah. All right, thank you so much. Now, yeah, there it is. All right, now, yep. They're your family, They're yours. You know them. All right. Yep. Now. Yes. All right. Now, we would like to also begin by helping you, the graduates, get out all the excitement that you will need very early in our program. Please take out your phones now. Let us go through all the selfies and the posting. We will give you your 30 seconds. Some of you will need 60. I know. So, hashtag VUU commencement 507. Let's do it now. Scream and holler and take all the pictures with all your colleagues, your friends right now. Now remember, make sure when you go to Facebook Live, IG, Twitter, say, "My president, let me scream." Okay. It is time now for us to do what we know we have to do in this sacred moment. We enter into this space, also allowing ourselves to cheer, to be thankful for those who have helped us get to this moment. Graduates, this is now for you to let out all of your thankfulness for all of those who midwifed you to this point. First is to all of those who are members of the Virginia Union University family. To the faculty, please thank them. To the staff, to the administrators, to our board of trustees, to all of those who have met you along the journey, whether it was in the CAF, the residence hall, or whoever it was that inspired you. Please put your hands together and scream and celebrate them also. Next, we need to celebrate all of those who have helped you through the roughest moments. Sometimes you call them Mama Cash App, Auntie Zell, Cousin Zemo. You know their name. And they deserve to hear you today. Thank them like you haven't yet thanked them for all they have done. Mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, cousin, auntie, friend, husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, former boyfriend, girlfriend that you're just finding out now we're leaving you behind. You too, thank you. And lastly, for the people on earth that we celebrate, tomorrow is a special day. Yes. Many of you are dedicating your accomplishment to the woman in your life who has helped you get here. Moms, can you please stand? Mom, we love you. We thank you. We don't always let you know it. We don't always show it. Sometimes we're mean and nasty, especially when you call us at 7 in the morning or at midnight. We sometimes don't let you know we love you when you ask us the same questions over and over and over and over. I'm sorry, talk about my mom. Mom, I still love you. And we celebrate what you have done for us, moms. Now, it is extremely important as we honor those who we can see on earth that we use our last energy prior to entering into this moment to celebrate the God of the universe who have brought you thus far by your faith. May you use all that you have left to praise the God that has brought you today and will take you tomorrow. You can do better than that. You can do better than that. when they want to know why your Virginia Union University experience was unique, was special, is because everything we do is for our God. For all of you that are not aware, that's called Holy Ghost. That's okay. That's Holy Ghost. Are you ready? It is now that I open the official sacred exercise of your commencement experience. We will begin by the singing of the national anthem and lift every voice and sing by our university choir, after which you will hear the invocation by the Reverend, newly minted Dr. Angelo Chapman, the university pastor, who will bring the invocation and the welcome by our Board of Trustees Chairman, the Reverend Dr. W. Franklin Richardson. The program will proceed then as printed in your program. Thank you.
Let us pray. Almighty and everlasting God, we invite your presence into this occasion of grace It is an occasion of grace you have given all of us today. Your grace is the life force of all that comprises Virginia Union University. Your grace undergirds our leadership. Your grace informs our faculty. Your grace supports our staff and student body. Your grace connects the university family to the families of those who work here and who learn here. Your grace has kept us. Your grace has followed us. And your grace has graduated us. But by the grace of God, we have come to this day. And because we are privileged by your grace, we invite you into your own grace. For the grace you have extended to us, we offer it back as we extend it to others. And so we are graced by your presence at this 2022 graduation commencement exercise. Thank you, Lord, for being present with us today. Amen, 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 amen.
Good morning. I'm W. Franklin Richardson, Chairman of the Board of Trustees, and I want to welcome you to this important gathering. Let me acknowledge our trustees who are with us today. All our trustees will stand. You need to know that this group of people are extremely dedicated to the present and future of Virginia Union University. They're sacrificial, they're disciplined, they're generous, and they bring marvelous skills that have helped to nurture our university to where it is today. Today, I'm delighted to welcome all of our guests, leaders, government, leaders of corporate community, and all of our parents who we owe so much to, and all of those who've invested in Virginia Union. Today, we launch the latest edition of Virginia Union Nights. We send them out into the world prepared to represent the great legacy of this university. We send them out and we say to the world, here are the leaders of tomorrow. Here are those who will help shape the activities of the global village. We send this new minted expression of our sacrifice that began in a jail, Lumpkin's jail, a jail that we turned into a place of enlightenment, a jail, a place of confinement, which we turned into a place of liberation, a jail, a place of darkness that we turned into a place of light, a jail, a place of ignorance and to a place of intelligence. This university has made that long track from Lumpkin's jail to the magic on Lombardy Street. This campus is an example of what people can do against all odds. We have existed through all of the challenges that Black people have had in this country. And this school is our testament that the grace of God has never left us. And today, we are stronger than we've ever been. We are proud to tell you that Virginia Union is on a fast track to becoming one of the great universities of this nation. Today, we are engaging in new plans for development, new plans for construction. You may not know that in the midst of the pandemic, we introduced 11 new disciplines, 11 new master's programs. And this year, we will institute 5 PhD programs. Our school is on the way to being much more than it has been, but we stand on the foundation of those who brought us to this hour. We will never forget the sacrifices of former faculty. We'll never forget the sacrifices of former presidents. We'll never forget those who are the alumni who have invested and poured into this institution and who still carry the banner. I want to challenge this class to always be, wherever you go in the world, to represent the great and noble legacy of Virginia Union University. I want to challenge you to move us into the next generations, standing up, bold and ready to take on new possibilities. And so on behalf of us all, I want to celebrate you, class of 2022. And I'm excited, the board is excited, about what we are becoming. Virginia Union University, a magic on Lombardy Street. God bless you and thank you for being here today.
shadow of turning with thee. Thou changest not, thy compassions, they fail not. As thou hast been, thou forever wilt be. Summer and winter and springtime and harvest,
on, you can clap for the university choir one more time. We thank them and another graduate, Professor Bratton, for leading us through those selections. I now rise to celebrate the accomplishments again of all of those who are special to our campus community and the graduating class. First, we would like to honor those members of the boards of trustees that we have inducted into the Panther Society, which is the highest honor given to our board for their service. Both are in memoriam of their life and their legacy. And so if you could honor them with your recognition and praise, it would be greatly appreciated for their family members who are here with us also. Trustee Marilyn Brown, who served on the board for more than 40 years until her passing last year. She was inducted and we celebrate her. Trustee Bill Royal, who served on the board until his passing 2 years ago, we celebrate him also. We salute them and are proud of their continued legacy and impact on our university. To the class of 2022, you are the epitome of excellence reimagined. Here are some quick facts about you. 74% of our graduating class is graduating cum laude or higher. If you are one who has, by the grace of God or your hard work, got 3.0 or higher, stand and let's celebrate you. This is Black excellence. Please take your seat. I'm very, very proud of this. In the midst of a pandemic and all of the help and support, this is the largest number of graduates with a 4.0 or higher in our history. 19 of you have scored above 4.0, meaning, Mom, they got A pluses. Would you please stand and be celebrated? That's right. That means your valedictorian and salutatorian are 4.0978, you know. Congratulations to our perfect scholars. 50% of you have decided that you will be going to graduate school. Please stand and be celebrated. They tell me that 25% of you are receiving wages, a new job that has been offered more than $60,000, and 2 of you above $100,000. Please stand. There it is. Congratulations. You are the Noble Nine. Your classmates have great plans after graduation. Our Jean Wilson, come on, stand. She's graduating with a 3.84 with a degree in mathematics, and she's going to China to teach. Devon Sims, where are you? Stand. He's graduating with a 4.02, will receive dual degree in accounting and mathematics, and he's going to work at KPMG. Stand up. Enos Rotish, stand. He's graduated with a 3.89 in cybersecurity. He has a job straight out with CoStar, and he's going to the University of Dallas to pursue a master's in artificial intelligence and machine learning. Celebrating not just the great accomplishments of our undergrads, but guess what? We are proud that we get to birth the continued celebration of our fight for social justice and equality in the Commonwealth. Graduating the valedictorian of the Masters in Divinity program, Virginia delegate, Marcia Price, stand up. She's receiving her Master in Divinity degree and she represents the 95th District in Virginia's House of Delegates. She now becomes the 5th alum currently serving in the Commonwealth's House of Delegates or in any branch of office. Thank you. I also want to celebrate the first of graduates in our new programs. Very excited that during the Black Lives Matter movement of the summer of 2020, we saw a new drum major arise and our first master's degree graduate in the political science. Natalie Andre, stand and be celebrated. It was her voice that made it. She's IG famous, yes she is. But she's also fighting for this generation, and we celebrate you. I'm very excited that, I'm excited about everything, I know. But I'm very excited to graduate the first class of our executive MBA. They are walking the stage today. Can you please stand, each and every one of you? Virginia Union has an EMBA, and I'm so proud of each one of you. You know, there are special people that are in all of the class, and they just represent you. But I do want to highlight one who is representing the doctoral ministry degrees. He is graduating actually with his family. He is none other, and many of you may know him. He is signified as a master prophet, an archbishop, and now a doctor. The one and the only, Dr. E. Bernard Jordan. Please stand. We celebrate him for graduating with and successfully defending a dissertation entitled The Prophetic Coaching Strategy for African American Churchgoers for Mental Health and Hygiene. We celebrate him and one other. You heard him pray, and he was praying for himself too. But we are excited that our university pastor, having served successfully and gracefully at Virginia Union for more than 20 years, has completed his doctoral studies and now will be Reverend Dr. Angelo Chapman. Come on, he prayed for some of y'all. You know, come on, every Thursday, when you had no one else to count on, he was there for you. Your pastor away from home. He successfully defended his dissertation on coming to the table as a model of community formation for Virginia Union University and HBCUs. These and much other milestones are represented amongst you today, and we are thankful. To those who have come, members of the class of 1972, 71, and 70. Our golden class. Please stand, if you will, and let us love on you. I know 50 years ago was just a blink of an eye. My parents were just starting to date and think of birthing me. Imagine, 1972. Wow. Wow. And by the grace of God, you are still here, and we thank you. More than that, thank you for your example. Raising over $121,000, they tell me, increasing it over the last 7 months. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for believing in your university, believing in the vision, and believing in the work that hopefully you see and feel in this place today. To all of those, finally, who have worked to make this day happen and possible. Birthing people is a messy business. It won't always go the way you plan. But we do it with grace, with hope, and with faith. And thank you, everybody who struggled, worked hard, changed plans, demonstrated your agility, and walked in all the core values of the university, all of you who are here working, we celebrate you. It is with a great honor that I introduce our commencement speaker for this 22 commencement exercises. You know, as you walk in a leadership opportunity, the most important decision a CEO must make is who they allow to speak to the people they are left in charge. You can't have the wrong people pouring into the spirit of the people in which you serve. I'm very careful to make sure that the people we bring to you represent the ideals that we share and can be modeled for you for what we believe your life should look like in serving the least of these that are amongst us. Today, we found a person, a woman, an African-American giant who is on the front lines fighting for you every day. Tamika Mallory, say that name. Say the name. Oftentimes we celebrate those who are not amongst the living anymore, and it is right to celebrate them. But we must say the names of the living who are fighting for us every day. Tamika Mallory, she is voted by Fortune magazine as the top 100 people in the world to know. She is the one who, when women were fighting again, yes, it was a state of emergency, she called you down to the Capitol and walked for women's justice. She is a graduate of the College of New Rochelle in New York. And if you listen to street politicians, I'm not going to say who wrote that. Anyway, street politicians on her IG page, you can follow her. Pull out your phones, follow her now, because I know I don't want you to go away and do your homework, but follow her. Follow her, tag her. She is, more importantly, committed to the work of justice. She is a spiritual daughter of our chair, Reverend Dr. W. Franklin Richardson, and began her career part of the National Action Network. She has grown under the tutelage of Reverend Sharpton and has launched out into her own career, pushing and fighting for justice. More importantly, you will find if she allows the moments of personal interaction as she walks through the crowd today, you will feel a spirit of not just the presence of God, but a desire to see the best for her people. Sisters, brothers, moms, dad, faculty, staff, it is a great honor that after the next selection, we will hear your commencement speaker, the soon-to-be Dr. Tamika Mallory. Thank you. They don't sing. Yeah, sing a song. Hey. I know. Sorry, they came with me.
Sing, Lord.
praise, total praise to you. Total praise. Woo! Now, Dr. Lucas doesn't like me. Because I don't know why he would put that choir up there to sing like that before I stood here. Almost killed me. Wow. That's it. What an honor. What a privilege it is to be here sharing this day with all of you. I really, truly am full. And I know that my pastor has something to do with this great university because my entire Sunday service just happened right here this morning since I've been sitting here. All the songs, all the joy, and the spirit filling this field. Thank you so much for having me to be here with you all today. It's a special day. We woke up this morning as winners. We woke up this morning blessed. We woke up this morning as kings and queens. Let us celebrate our greatness and ourselves today. To Dr. Hakeem Lucas, the esteemed 13th president of this phenomenal HBCU, thank you for honoring me with the opportunity to speak life into these graduates and to celebrate with them, but also honoring me. I appreciate you, and it's a big, 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 big deal to me to be here. To the Board of Trustees, especially my chairman, our chairman, Dr. W. Franklin Richardson, who is my chairman in many capacities. He's chairman of so many different things, and so many beautiful, beautiful projects come out of this great man. But he also happens to be my pastor, one of my closest friends, and one of the most influential people in my life. Pastor, I love you, and I thank you for everything. Thank you so much. I mean it. To the entire administration, CEO, provost, deans, professors, students, parents, and friends, just everybody. I am so excited. And today, we become part of this university's storied history. Now, let me just tell you that my pastor would also tell me it only should take you about 15 to 20 minutes to say what you have to say. He'd say that if you can't get it out in that time, you didn't really have anything and you didn't prepare. You didn't prepare yourself. So I want to talk about legacy as quick as I can. As a concept and task, legacy is a term that means more to me with each day's passing. Its definition expands every time I learn more about who we are and the people whose countless sacrifices created moments like these. As a noun, legacy originated from the Latin term legatus, meaning an ambassador, an envoy, or delegated person appointed by last will. Now, legacy for us refers to the practices, stories, and traditions that define us, our families, our people, and our culture. Legacy is a song, a smile, and dance. It is our testament against time that screams we are, have always been, and shall continue to be. To know that the origin of this institution connects to a former enslaver and her jail, the Lumpkins jail, and to see this tree rise from that hellacious landscape, from a jail to an institution of higher learning, it is something to honor, something to be proud of, this legacy of the great Virginia Union University. The noun and the cultural meaning of the word legacy collide. One side represents the person making it happen, and the other side is the legacy that they create. Legacy, 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 legacy. Black excellence, baby, you gonna let them see. Legacy, legacy, legacy. Black excellency, baby, you gonna let them see. The big homie Sean Carter, AKA Jay-Z, said a thing when he said that. As Black people, we wake up every day carrying the legacy of people whose blood and bones comprise the brick and mortar used to create America's foundations. We're talking about tens of millions of souls across centuries whose best dreams prayed for moments like the one we are in today. Their boldness and perseverance make up part of the greatness inside of all of us, inside of you. Theirs is the voice driving us to keep striving, stay positive, and remember who we are. They are all the proof needed whenever we wonder whether or not we can make it another day. So if I embed only one message into your minds this morning, let it be this: don't you forget. Don't forget the journey of our ancestors. Don't forget your own journey to get here. Don't forget your power, and you best not forget our collective power. Historically, American society has peddled lies to challenge our value, our worth, our capabilities, our potential, and whether or not we deserve essential human dignities like peace, justice, and harmony. Don't forget your accomplishments or the work required to achieve this moment. As you start to grow professionally, times will come when you might feel stuck or even a little inadequate, when subconscious limiting beliefs can override your sense of self-confidence. Remember your predestined place in God's kingdom and speak with conviction. Listen eagerly and remain flexible so you learn as much as you relay. Some would say that means listen as much as you talk. Don't forget your family, your community, or the people who help make your wins possible, including folks like the cafeteria staff who memorize the exact way you like your omelet, the professor who stayed behind to answer all of your questions, those classmates who matriculated beside you year after year and supported you and one another's academic ambitions. Remember the administrators who helped lead you through the experience and the alumni whose ranks you join today. Even remember those who tried to put a monkey wrench in your plan and stop you from being able to get here. Remember them all. You see, all of them, particularly the alumni that you now join, make up this university's incredible culture. And as my grandmama Pauline used to say, don't get too big for your britches along the way. Don't lose sight of what binds you to this place. Your task is to sustain this great institution, to increase the reputation of Virginia Union, and not just by your words, but your actual behavior in the world. That mission has begun for you. Now, as we commemorate this class on a campus founded when the Civil War ended in 1865, let us not forget the story of 1619. We must never forget the unchosen journeys undertaken by each enslaved person whose tragic stories precede this campus. Nor should we forget the relationship between Black pain and our people's struggle for more than 4 centuries throughout the Americas and the Caribbean. And then we must digest the magnitude of who we are. Our connection stretches to the 1.26 billion people living in Africa's 54 countries. Did you hear that? Because that wasn't a good enough clap. That our connection stretches to 1.26 billion people who are living in 54 African countries. Now, I recently visited Africa. It was my first pilgrimage, and I can tell you that I now think that I'm an Africanologist. I think I know everything. And every time you hear me talk, I'm going to be talking about the motherland. I was there for 3 weeks, and I touched the soil and sand of Kenya, of Ghana, and of Egypt, known locally to us as Kemet, the Black Land. Now, standing here presently, I recall how I could feel the turmoil as I stood in the dungeons of Ghana's Elmina and Cape Coast castles. Enslavers used these places to hold our ancestors captive during their final hours, while they were separated from their names, their families, their culture, their home continent, to undertake what we now know today as the Middle Passage. I walked through one of the castle's doors of no return, which led directly to the Atlantic Ocean, and at the time, the awaiting slave ships that turned our people into cargo. The enslaved African men were marched through these metal doors, but right next to where they traveled to get out to the ships, the women were locked right there and could see them passing by. Now, we have to understand this dynamic. It's extremely critical as we all move forward, because the reason why it is so important to know what is happening with the Black family and in our communities is that we must eradicate certain behavior that has been caused by trauma. They walked our men past the women and they could do nothing. The men could not turn, they could not help, they could not fight. And so what that has created in us is a level of hatred within our families, that the Black woman knew the Black man could not protect her, and therefore there was some animosity. I'm gonna tell you, if you walk past me and I'm locked up, I'm gonna be mad, for sure.
That's right.
And I'm sure that if you have to walk past me, you're gonna feel ashamed, hurt, and broken. And so as you go out into the world, remember that your brother and your sister, we are not your enemies. We are not your enemies. When you enter spaces where the inevitable effects of white supremacy cause unhealthy competition, don't forget where it started. Fight the urge to defeat and destroy your people. Yeah. Be a bridge builder, not a spirit demolitionist. Yeah. Faith teaches us to praise and honor God, but it should also teach us to celebrate the Holy Spirit within us, to celebrate the gods and goddesses that we are. Yeah. So my fellow classmates today, I can say that, right? And everyone who can hear me, please do not forget to uplift each other like the royalty that we are, and to reject the violent influence that we received and were taught in our past. Yeah. Recovery from these generational wounds require us to overcome the tactics of our oppressors with love for one another, as humans and as Black people across the diaspora. Too many people count on you to do the opposite. Believe in yourself and all who share this gift, because it is vital. We do our oppressors' job for them when we exercise self-hate. We lessen our ability to heal and to lead. Now, as I stood at one of those doors of no return, clinging on to the 4 thick metal bars, I also recall this other feeling. There was trauma, there was pain, but there was also a sense of great pride. Possibly the strongest feeling I've ever experienced. Hearing that may sound a little weird, but that's part of what overcame in my spirit. We can only imagine the trauma. But, and we know the trauma was deep because we know there was rape, there was abuse, and it was dehumanizing. And we know that it only got worse as they continued. But even those people who perished along the way, we celebrate them. Never can we forget the strength of those who went through the Middle Passage. And never can we let ourselves become detached from that history. But of course, the history does not begin there. It expands beyond slavery. You see, I also told you that I went to Egypt. And while I was there, I learned everything that we created. The beauty of the 7 wonders, the pyramids is one of the 7 wonders where they can't even figure out how it was designed and why it's still standing. Our people did that. African people did that. I visited the Nile River. We traveled up the river. We went and saw King Tut's tomb. We went to the temple of Isis, which is dedicated to the Egyptian goddess of love. Then we went to Kenya, and my crazy friends had me up at 6 o'clock in the morning looking for animals in a park. And there were many. In addition to witnessing the boundless beauty of Mother Nature, the giraffes, the lions, the landscape, we marveled at all of these massive projects. And I couldn't help but feel good. So by the time, because I was in Egypt first, and I went to Ghana second. So by the time I got to Ghana, while I felt the trauma, I also felt the pride, because I know what I just left. And I knew that the people who created that were the same ones who decided to live so that we could sit here today. Don't lose sight of that, brothers and sisters. Remember the greatness that we possess. It's a fact that people in power right now, federally and statewide, are trying to erase the history even as we live it. Right. Every day, another politician from a particular party that will remain nameless today, this is a nonpartisan, but I'm partisan, but this today is nonpartisan. I'm gonna stay out of trouble, and so I won't say their name, but they are attempting, and sometimes successfully, to pass laws whose sole purpose involves silencing our truth. They want us to believe this America that has never existed for Black people. They're focusing on critical race theory. They're telling their children, and white folks running around. Now, I gotta say white folks, Pastor. Okay, I can say white folks. Gotta say that, okay. So white folks are running around saying that their children are being brainwashed in schools, small babies. They don't even teach critical race theory in small school, in young schools with young children. But they have decided to try to erase our history, and there's a reason why. You see, they know something that we must recognize. That if we ever stood up and understand who we truly are, that if we ever stepped into our greatness and stood up straight with our backs unbending and unwavering, that we would demand some things from this nation. And we definitely would never kill our brother and sister, because we are not one another's enemies. You see, we would demand reparations because they owe us something for what our people have gone through. You see, we would demand that reparations isn't now cut the check, we want the cash. But it ain't just about a check. It's also about having canceled student debt in this country. It's also about having free public education and housing and food and safe living environments. Sure, Ray and Keisha might be killing one another, but they didn't wake up as our enemies. They didn't wake up as bad people. This country made them that way. And so if we ever understood our history, we would demand that they stop trying to accuse us, but that they take responsibility for how we got to where we are. Yeah. See, they learned what we don't know about the greatness. While I was there in Africa, white folks were everywhere. And the tour guide said, some people think they're here to steal, but they stole everything already, so they're not here to steal. They're here studying. He said they're here studying. Because the greatness is still, they got you believing that chocolate in Switzerland is the best chocolate in the world. Meanwhile, the cocoa bean is being produced right there in Ghana.
Come on now.
But the tragedy of it is that they take the cocoa bean from the people of Ghana, they go to Switzerland, make it up, and sell it back to the people of Ghana and to all of you and tell you a different story. They don't want you to know, but you best not forget.
Yes.
Now, recently, Howard University, and I'm almost done, they created a $100 million endowment fund. After a 100-page report detailed what we already knew, which is that the campus was used for slave labor and other issues. They went on to talk about exclusionary practices and just how messed up things have been. So they want to try to get it right with $100 million, which is not a lot of money for Harvard, let me just tell you, but we're glad to see that there's some progress. But the thing that the president said when he spoke to why this is so important, he says that no single action can mend the damage attached to hundreds of years of discrimination and torment. Again, cut the check, but just giving us cash is not enough. And you and I must walk understanding every day that the over 400 years of trauma we have will not be corrected by one march. It won't be one elected official that we work hard to get into place. It's not one administration. It's an everyday process. Every single day when we get up, we have to live and walk as if we understand our greatness. We must tell our own story, brothers and sisters. Not let it become distorted by the lens of our oppressor, because you see, they will have you believing a different story and tell you it's original. They will be the hunters calling the lions the aggressors. They aim to trap our minds and make us compete against one another for resources that exist in more significant quantities than we understand if we work together.
Right.
They know that our history includes inspirational stories of bravery, of persistence, and that these stories can motivate us to take up ownership of our destinies. I learned about two powerful women, and I'm going to leave you with this. While I was there, I walked around and I kept saying, where are the women at? Where are the women? Tell me, show me the women. So they said, this morning, my tour guide, I came downstairs at 6 a.m. We're going to see the women today. I said, that's what I'm talking about. So he took me to a military base. And no, not the military base. Sorry, I got ahead of myself. He took me to one area and taught me about Pharaoh Hatshepsut. Now, and then we learned later about Queen Ya Asintewa. Now, these were some bad women. Bad women. And I have to say one curse word too, because it won't be me. My friend Ayanta's here. She know I got to say one. They were badass, these women. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Now, Pharaoh Hatshepsut, she was the second woman to rule over Egypt. Essentially, Sis Hatshepsut became queen of Egypt at a very young age. She became the pharaoh after the death of her husband, King Thutmose II. Now, she's not, because she's a woman, they nobody even thinking about her. And on top of that, he has a son who is supposed to be the one to become king, but he's too young and he wasn't happy about this. But that's a different days. I'm gonna have to teach that when you invite me back for a class, because I think I know. But Hatshepsut, she wasn't in line, but she was self-identified. She woke up and said, I am going to be the ruler. I'm Pharaoh.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm Pharaoh. She declared herself. And she forced the rest of her people to accept her leadership. Now, the message here of Hatshepsut is that she did not wait for folks to appoint her to a position.
Hey.
She didn't wait for anyone to give her permission to lead. She didn't hide behind the men, ladies. And if you watch this, the story is told that the men bowed down. and said, go ahead and do your thing. She was not looking for validation from everybody around as to whether or not it was her time. She stepped up and she led, period. Don't you forget the self-declared Pharaoh, because she said, I am she. I can do just what a king can do. Now, fast forward 3,000 years later, this is my favorite one. That's why I got ahead of myself earlier. In the 1800s, in present-day Ghana, there was a woman by the name of Queen Ya Asentewa. She was the queen of Ashanti. She helped lead the Ashanti Confederacy in a revolution against British rule. Asentewa's birthday is unknown in classic Black woman fashion. You know how we do. You don't know my age. I don't really talk about that. But it is believed to have occurred between 1840 and 1860. The sister gained the title Queen Mother in 1880. 1880. She became the gatekeeper of what was called the Golden Stool, which, if y'all watch Game of Thrones, it's the king's hand. It's very important that the British would get these stools because they believed that there was too much power in those who sat on the throne. Before the queen's ascension, the king was captive. He was captured and he was sent away to die. So this is how she suddenly had to lead the army. And she did a good job. She was commander-in-chief, and for 1 year, she was winning. They were winning the war. But then the oppressors got smart. They went and found some other Africans that would work with them to turn against her. Sounds familiar. We got people among us. We are not going to call their names, but we know about those who will go work with our enemies against us. And so they captured her. And I walked into the place where she was being held. It was as small as a guest bathroom, if you could go there with me, Dr. Lucas, and think about that small space. But they would put 20 people in the space, and all of them were there to die. In fact, the tour guide explained that the purpose of the room was for everyone to starve to death and wait for each person to die before they were all removed. How sinister, how evil, and how cruel. Now stay awake for this. I promise I'm almost done. I don't want you to miss this. Queen Asantewa stayed in that room for 1 year, but she would not die. She stayed in the room for 1 year, but she would not die. People dying all around her. They were in the dark. They were closed in behind 2 different doors. There was no ventilation, no blankets, no pillows, no clothes, rarely ever any food. Imagine a full year, and yet she would not die. Isn't that the story of your grandmother, your grandfather, your parents, and even you? The world tries to starve us and trap us in darkness until we cannot breathe. They take our hopes. They break us down. Our spirit's broken. It's always just too much. But when I look at you, brothers and sisters, we will not die. You will not die. We possess a might beyond measure, but its power requires us to believe. Please leave this field with your hearts and your minds filled with determination. I want you to look at the present and future obstacles in your past and remember that we will not die. Your education doesn't begin and end today. The study of your people forever will get us through. Think about Ray Ray and Keisha from the hood. No one thought they would make it, but yet Ray Ray and Keisha is some of you sitting here today who would not die. And lastly, I challenge you to recognize your duty to carry the torch. Because you see, you, brothers and sisters, are the ones that we are waiting for. Make no mistake, the devil does not sleep. Coretta Scott King once said, struggle is a never-ending process. Freedom is never really won, but you earn it and win it in every generation. Now, don't get it twisted. Live your life. Have you a hot girl summer, because I know I'm going to have me one. We must enjoy living. We must enjoy the good times, because that is who we are, and everything that is in us, we can still smile. We cannot let them take our joy, but we also cannot lose the plot and live in a naive state of believing that we don't see what we see in front of us. We must claim our collective power at the ballot box, in the streets, and everywhere decisions are making. You make sure that you are in the room. You are today's Harry Belafonte and Martin Luther King Jr. You are today's LeBron James and Barack Obama and Nina Simone and Cardi B and Fannie Lou Hamer, and even a Tamika Mallory is coming out of Virginia Union today. You are Queen Asentewa. For Christ's sakes, we are sitting where there was a jail, and yet it could not hold us. And yet it did not beat us, because we did not die. Legacy, 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 Black excellency, baby. You're gonna let them see. I love you and I believe in each and every one of you. God bless you, Virginia Union. Peace.
Hey, Doctor. I'm not gonna die here.
Legacy, legacy, legacy. Let's give our large welcome and a round of applause for Ms. Mallory, your classmate for 2022. We appreciate you being here with us today, and congratulations to you on your doctorate degree that will be awarded later today. On behalf of Virginia Union University, I would like to say a special hello to some of our honored guests. First and foremost, let's start with the family of our keynote speaker, Ms. Mallory. Can you please stand, the family of Ms. Mallory? Thank you. Legacy. I also would like to bring recognition to our United States Representative, Bobby Scott. He represents Virginia's 3rd Congressional District. He is also the uncle of one of our graduates, Delegate Marcia Price. Thank you. We have Delegate Marcia's father in the house. He is Newport News' mayor, McKinley Price. Can you please stand? We recognize Delegate Nadarius Clark. So, he is a proud alum of Virginia Union University, and he represents the 79th District, and he's one of the youngest delegates ever elected to the House of Delegates. We have our former mayor of Richmond, Dr. Dwight Jones. We have Richmond Commonwealth's attorney, Colette McKeechin. Our former Secretary of Health and Human Resources, Dr. Eva Teague Hardy. And now for what I'm also here, thank you all for joining us, but we have the members of the class of 1972. They are celebrating their 50th reunion. Would you all mind standing as I call your names? If you can stand. Mrs. Louise Bailey Cole, if you can stand or raise your hand. Dr. Adrian M. Banks. Dr. Griselda Amy Bayton. Mrs. Cynthia J. Bulford. Mr. Charles W. Brown. Ms. Sheila Y. Clark. Dr. Joyce E. Conyers. Ms. Priscilla M. Copeland. Mrs. Candace Dixon Dumas. Ms. Hollis Enoch. Ms. Ruth H. Evans. E. Martin Jewell. Mrs. Jacqueline R. Lawrence. Miss Cynthia Savoy Lewis. Mrs. Margaret M. Littlepage. Mrs. Dorothy R. Norwood. Mrs. Betsy L. Payne. Miss Vera A.S. Reynolds. Miss Patricia Green Rogers. Mrs. Deborah R. Scott. Mrs. Laura Thornton Wesley. Mrs. Linda G. Williams. And Miss Linda Wright. Congratulations to our golden class. We would also like to recognize the golden class of 1971. Could you please stand? All of you. Can I also have the golden class of 1970? Can you stand? These classes were recognized during our virtual commencement celebration, and today we want to recognize you in person. Congratulations, and we hope you all feel the love, and we acknowledge you and we cherish you for everything you have done. You all can be seated, but thank you. And thank you all, and congratulations.
Good morning, and congratulations to all our graduates. During the COVID-19 pandemic, we held all of our special events, ceremonies, and commencement on a virtual platform. But we're here today. We're still alive. Today, we recognize our VUU graduates who received their degrees through these virtual celebrations. Graduates of the class of 2020, please stand and be recognized. Graduates of the class of 2021, please stand and be recognized. We celebrate you and congratulate you for your resilience and your academic achievement. At Virginia Union University, we celebrate the development and success of our faculty and staff who show the meaning of lifetime learning. Please stand if you are a current and former employee who's graduating in the class of 2022. Let's give them a round of applause. Let us also celebrate the outstanding academic achievers who are graduating today. Please stand and be recognized as I call your name. Our valedictorian, Miss Brielle Samuels. Miss Samuel is a native of Trenton, New Jersey. She is graduating today with a 4.04 GPA and will receive a Bachelor of Social Work degree. Ms. Samuels is pursuing a Master of Social Work at Howard University beginning in the fall. We will hear from our valedictorian in a few minutes. Our salutatorian is Mr. Hayden Garcia. Mr. Garcia is a native of Cape Town, South Africa. He is graduating today with a 4.0 GPA and will receive a Bachelor of Science in Biology. As we continue to celebrate the academic achievers, Mr. Corey Fennell, please come forward. Corey is the recipient of the Garnet Ryland Prize in Chemistry. This prize includes a monetary reward. Corey is from Prince George's County, Maryland. At VUU, he worked as a peer mentor in chemistry, and he was a member of track and field team. Corey is enrolled in a master's degree program in food science at Michigan State University and plans to work in the food industry. Congratulations, Corey. Congratulations. Miss Joy Brown, please come forward. Joy Brown is the Johnson Idosowan Fine Arts Scholar. This recognition comes with a monetary award. Ms. Brown is from Chesterfield, Virginia, and is receiving her Bachelor's of Fine Arts in Music and Visual Arts. Congratulations, Joy. The valedictorian of the Samuel DeWitt Proctor School of Theology, Miss Marcia Price, please come forward. Marcia Price is the recipient of the Samuel Horace James Senior Theology Award. She is from Newport News, Virginia, as you've heard. Elected to Virginia State Delegate and is receiving a Master of Divinity degree. Congratulations, Delegate Marcia Price. Our Johnson E. Domosowan Divinity Scholar is Miss Gina Brown. Miss Gina Brown, please come forward. Ms. Brown is a native of Midlothian, Virginia, and is receiving a Master of Divinity degree today. Congratulations, Ms. Brown. Now it is time to hear from our valedictorian. Ms. Burrell Samuels, please come forward. After her speech, she will remain at the podium for a special presentation. Ms. Samuels.
Wow. Good morning and welcome, distinguished guests, faculty, administrators, alumni, family, friends, and the graduating class of 2022. My name is Brielle Samuels, and I am humbled and honored to represent you as the class valedictorian of this year's graduating class. Thank you for allowing me to address you today. I can honestly say this has been a long journey, but it has been a journey that we can be proud of. Over the past few years, we have gone through world catastrophes, economic downturns, and most importantly, we survived a global pandemic. We have shown the world that class of 22 is bold and brilliant, but most of all, we are resilient. When we leave these hollow grounds and dear old walls, I hope that we will put the skills and the tools we learned here at Virginia Union University to good. We are the future educators, community leaders, scientists, social workers, nurses, and CEOs of this nation. But while our journey over the past 4 years has been long, it is only just beginning. Many of you may know me, while others may not. I hail from the capital, the great city of Trenton, New Jersey, which goes by the motto, Trenton makes and the world takes. However, those are just memories of a place that once was. I come from a city where struggling is a part of everyday life, and survival is just part of its course. We grew up surrounded by violence, poverty, and lack of education. However, as the saying goes, every day you have a chance and a choice. So while some may see the seed that has been planted, I envision the orchard. When I look around my city, just like many others in this country, I see future leaders and scholars. Most importantly, I see myself as the catalyst of my community's change. Therefore, I'm not formally announcing today that I'll be the first female mayor in the city of Trenton. However,
That's right.
I know that if you believe it, you can achieve it.
That's right. That's right. You are.
I am graduating today with a Bachelor of Social Work from the School of Arts and Sciences. Looking back at how far I've come and all I've been through has motivated me to be resilient and to never give up. I want to thank my mother and my father for supporting my dreams and shortcomings, but no matter what, being there with me every step of the way. Now, faculty, administrators, and especially my family and friends, thank you for everything you did for me. Your advice, support, and encouragement to keep going. Being at this illustrious university has opened up many doors. It encouraged me to have hope of becoming the woman I am today, the phenomenal woman I will grow to be in the future. I know each of us had our own experiences at VU. We had great experiences, moments of lessons, sad times, fun memories, attending homecoming, attending sporting events, and being at the square for activity hour. Long nights in the library, days where you wanted to give up, days we just wanted it all to be over. I'm sure everyone has experienced moments when they wanted to give up or believed they couldn't do it. But I want you all to look in the mirror today and realize how far you have come. Look how Union prepared us for the next chapter in our lives. This is the day to reflect on how far you come. But this is only the beginning of your journey. Life will get hard as you walk out these doors, as life always does. But don't give in, especially when you want to give up. Consider what you went through at Virginia Union, what kept you going, and where you are now. We are proud graduates of Virginia Union University. The V stands for victorious in anything in our path. The U stands for unity in all things that we conquer. And the last U stands for us, because at the end of the day, all we got is us. Today, you can officially say you made it. But always remember, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. As the late Maya Angelou said, do the best you can until you know better. Then when you know better, do better. Good luck, congratulations, and Godspeed as you begin your journey. Thank you.
You gotta get well done.
To our 2022 valedictorian, Ms. Brielle Samuels, for your academic excellence and resilience, VUU awards you the Ada Foster Fisher Award, which comes with a monetary gift. Congratulations, Ms. Samuels.
My turn. Yeah. My turn. Yeah, you can take that. And your paper. Yeah, I know. Here it is. This is the time. I heard you. Come on, Dr. Lucas. It's time. Yes, it is. But we will begin by awarding the honorary degrees. The honorary degrees will be conferred by the chair of our Board of Trustees. And we'll begin with Miss Tamika Mallory. Mr. Chair.
Tamika Mallory, will you come forward, please? We've all heard her today, and one of the things she has in her resume is that my bio is my work. And we heard your work today, and we caught your heart, and we want to celebrate your journey, and we want to make you forever an alumni of Virginia Union University. It's our pleasure to present to you the doctor's degree, honorary doctorate from Virginia Union University. I want to call now on Dr. Lucas, who is going to make the next presentation.
U.S. Representative A. Donald McKeachum, please come forward. It is my honor to present Representative Donald McKeachum, a proud alumnus of STVU, as a legislator in the Virginia General Assembly and now in the U.S. House of Representatives. He has tirelessly fought to defend our rights. He has always stood up for working Virginians, families, children in need. Representative Donald McKeachum, in recognition of your dedicated public service, your fight to promote equality and to protect our environment, the Board of Trustees is proud to confer upon you the Doctors of Laws Honoris Causa with all rights and privileges thereto appertaining. Mr. Chair.
I'm going to ask Dr. Theron D. Williams, member of the trustee board, to come and present to Reverend Dr. Gina Stewart.
Reverend Dr. Gina Stewart is the president of Lot Carey Foreign Mission Convention, which engages Christian missions around the world. Dr. Stewart is an energetic community advocate, a faithful visionary pastor of the Christ Missionary Baptist Church of Memphis, Tennessee. She was awarded the prestigious Volunteer Service Award and penned by President Joe Biden. Dr. Gina Stewart, in recognition of your leadership, service, and passion for Christian missions, the Board of Trustees is proud to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Divinity, honoris causa, with all rights and privileges thereto appertaining.
I'm going to ask Trustee Vice Chairman Dr. Moore to come and present to Michael Paul Williams.
Michael Paul Williams. When I think about Mr. Williams, I think about the second line in our alma mater. It says, Union, your light, your majestic light, since raised throughout the land. And this brother has been a beacon of light throughout this land, throughout Richmond, throughout Virginia. He is a journalist and a columnist for Richmond Times-Dispatch. In 2021, Mr. Williams was awarded the Pulitzer Prize for commentary. His writings were piercing, perked conscious of America and Richmond, Virginia. During the protests of the murder of George Floyd, he led an effort to debate the usefulness of the Confederate monuments, and the monuments came down. He's a proud graduate of Virginia Union University, class of 1980. He's won many awards and that are mentioned here. So, Mr. Williams, Michael Paul Williams, in recognition of your mission to spark thought and change-making discussions through your writings and to celebrate award-winning commentary about the demand for social justice and the debate over the Confederate monuments. The University Board of Trustees is proud to confer the degree of Honorary Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, with all rights and privileges thereto appertaining.
Dr. Jacobs. That's it.
We will now confer the degrees by beginning with the graduate degrees.
Dean Guns and Dr. Flowers, please come forward and present the candidates for the Samuel DeWitt Proctor School of Theology Doctor of Ministry degrees.
Candidates for the Doctor of Ministry degree, please stand and remain standing. Mr. President, the faculty and I present to you the candidates for the Doctor of Ministry degree. I'll go that way. Yes. Yep.
Oh, okay. This.
We now present the highest degree award of Virginia Union University. By the authority vested in me through the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Ministry with all the rights and privileges appertaining thereto. Will the candidates please come forward for the hooding?
Anissa Lorraine Bishop, creating community church connections, revitalizing relationships between church leadership and congregants. Dr. Patricia Gould Champ, advisor. Gerald Quincy Brandon, preaching through desensitized emotions, clergy burnout in the African American church. Dr. Paul Flowers, senior advisor. Michelle Marie Brown, Code Blue, addressing the lack of African American women in inpatient care chaplaincy. Dr. Paul Flowers, senior advisor. Bless you. Janet Patricia Caldwell, Contemplation, a model of self-care for African American clergy persons. Dr. Patricia Gould Champ, advisor. Angelo Chapman, student success to whom, coming to the table as a model of community formation for Virginia Union University and HBCUs. Dr. Paul Flowers, senior advisor. Kimberly Ann Clark, Finding Me in Ministry, using the principles of Kwanzaa as a resource for discerning the uniqueness of one's personal and cultural call. Dr. Patricia Gould Champ, advisor. Melissa Nicole Freeman, Your Voice Matters, empowering Black women in ministry to find their voice beyond internalized oppression. Dr. Paul Flowers, senior advisor. Ricky Harvey Jr., from personal to public, developing a model for prophetic discipleship for African Americans. Dr. Paul Flowers, senior advisor. Bernard Jordan, a prophetic coaching strategy for African American churchgoers' mental hygiene. Dr. John Kinney, advisor. Tanya Michelle Pass, The Importance of Engaging Trauma-Informed Spirituality in the Workforce for HR Professional and Social Workers. Dr. Jessica Brown, advisor. Derek Lamont Peterson Sr., Reducing Prisoner Recidivism, the Nexus Between Church, Community, and Returning Citizens. Dr. James H. Harris, advisor. Bernard Case Ramey, Leave Your Gifts at the Altar, Redoing Eucharistic Theology in Light of Slavery Through a Justice-Centered Community. Dr. John Kinney, advisor. Anthony Lamar Raleigh, Mobilizing Ministers at the Luke Church, a Communal Approach to Associate Minister Formation. Dr. Nathaniel West, advisor. Jimmy Staten, Who Got Next? A Model for Pastoral Succession. Dr. Nathaniel West, advisor. Brad Calvin Turner Jr., Forking Ourselves to Death, a curriculum designed to reframe food as a liberating act of reverence. Dr. Paul D. Flowers, Sr., advisor.
Let us join in congratulating all of our students, the Doctor of Ministry degree. Candidates for the master's degree, please stand and remain standing as I call your degree program. Candidate for the Master of Political Science. The two of you, please stand. Candidates for the Executive Master of Business Administration. Candidates for the Master's of Art, Curriculum and Instruction. Candidates for the Master of Divinity. Candidates for the Master of Christian Education. Mr. President, upon the recommendation of the deans and faculty of Virginia Union University, I present the candidates for the master's degree.
By the authority vested in me through the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the master's degree with all the rights and privileges appertaining thereto. You may now be seated.
We will now begin to confer the bachelor's degree. Candidates, please stand and remain standing as I call your school and degree. Sidney Lewis School of Business. Candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science, Accounting. Candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science, Entrepreneurial Management. Candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science, Marketing. School of Arts and Sciences. Candidates for the degree Bachelor of Arts, Criminology and Criminal Justice. Candidates for the degree, Bachelor of Arts, English. Candidates for the degree, Bachelor of Fine Arts. Candidates for the degree, Bachelor of Arts, History and Political Science. Candidates for the degree, Bachelor of Arts, Mass Communication. Candidates for the degree, Bachelor of Arts, Psychology. Candidates for the degree, Bachelor of Social Work. Candidates for the degree, Bachelor of Science, Biology. Candidates for the degree, Bachelor of Science, Biology, Secondary Education. Candidates for the degree, Bachelor of Science, Chemistry. Showers of blessing.
That's it. There you go now. You're at the right place. That's it.
Candidates for the degree, Bachelor of Science, Computer Information System. Candidates for the degree, Bachelor of Science, Cyber Security. Candidates for the degree, Bachelor of Science, Health Science. Candidates for the degree, Bachelor of Science, Mathematics. Candidates for the degree, Natural Science. Candidates for the degree, Bachelor of Science, Natural Science in Computer Science. Candidates for the degree, Bachelor of Science, Physics. The Evelyn Reed Syphax School of Education. Candidates for the degree, Bachelor of Science, Secondary Education, Biology. Candidates for the degree, Bachelor of Science, Community-Based Education. Candidates for the degree, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education. Candidates for the degree, Bachelor of Science, Special Education. School of Theology. Candidate for the degree, Bachelor of Arts, Religious Studies. Mr. President, upon the recommendation of the deans and faculty of Virginia Union University, I present the candidates for the bachelor's degree.
Are you ready? Are you sure you're ready? All right, I know. Hold on, I know. Are you ready? All right. All right, we ready? We only got 5 minutes before Nene and them get ready. You know that, right? All right, just getting ready to, you know. All right, everybody, hold on. All right. By the authority vested in me. You see, I told y'all, hold on now. Hold on. All right, let's do it one more time. By the authority vested in me, through the boards of trustees, I hereby confer upon you the bachelor's degree with all the rights and privileges appertaining thereto. Undergraduate degree recipients, please grab your tassel. Move them from right to left. signifying your crossing over into the academy. Congratulations on being a graduate of Virginia Union University. We will be celebrating each and every one of you walking across the stage at your 1 o'clock commencement exercises. Would you please be seated while we welcome our Congressman, Bobby Scott, to come and to give you words of encouragement. Everyone, please, let's listen to the Congressman. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Lucas. We need to be celebrating. You don't need to be hearing from a congressman. Reverend Dr. Richardson and Mrs. Mallory, thank you for those powerful, powerful words. We've already, as already been stated, I'm here to support my niece, the valedictorian of the graduating class, getting her master's, Marcia Price. I'm here with my brother-in-law, McKinley Price, sister and brother, and I'm also here to support my colleague, the hard-working Representative Don McDonald McEachin. I want to thank Virginia Union for all you do. We've heard the history and the projections of what Union is going to be doing. I was very happy as chair of the Education and Labor Committee to be supportive of HBCUs. Virginia Union got about $41 million in the last couple of years. And that was unexpected money. Didn't have to apply for it, just came. We got more money for HBCUs in the last 2 years than we got in the last 10 years combined under my leadership. And we want to thank Union for using that money well and making sure that the students got the support that they needed. But we need to make sure that we want to congratulate the graduating class of 2022, 2021, 2020, 71, 70, 72, all the classes. I want to thank my good friend Darius Clark for his good leadership. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Everybody who received that stimulus check, Virginia Union over 9,000, say thank you, Congressman Scott. That's exactly who we came for. It is now that we move to the conclusion of your 2022 commencement exercises. I ask that you welcome Trustee Angie White, President of the National Alumni Association, to do your induction.
Good afternoon. I am Angie White, President of the Virginia Union University National Alumni Association, and I want to begin by congratulating again the class of 1972 on their 50-year anniversary. So congratulations. It is with great pride that I stand before you today to officially welcome our graduates to the next phase of their lives as our newest VUU alumni. In my 11 months as your Alumni Association president, it has been my honor and privilege to have met quite a few of today's graduates, some of whom have already agreed to work under my administration. So I'm super excited. The association is very proud of your journey here, and we know that when you continue your trip into the world, you will imagine anything and do everything. Therefore, I am honored to induct you into the Virginia Union University National Alumni Association. Now, graduates, please stand and with your programs, all graduates, including our honoraries. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Pledge to uphold the high standards and ideals demonstrated by VUU graduates. I pledge to assist my alma mater financially and academically. Do we need to say that twice?
Yes, say it again. Say it again.
I will continue to strive for greatness throughout my life's endeavors and represent VUU with dignity and honor on a local, national, and international level. So help me God. Please turn to page 2 so we can take our alumni oath. Remain standing. Are we ready? We're going to read this in unison. So you're going to state your name. I do hereby promise to be faithful to the ideals and traditions of Virginia Union University, and on all occasions regard as my privilege, duty, and honor to foster the mission of the university. I shall loyally support my alma mater with all the resources at my disposal. I shall strive to be a worthy representative of Virginia Union University and carry its banner high. Thank you and congratulations, my Panther brothers and sisters. Welcome to the VUU-NAA. And remember that your first year of membership is complimentary, so keep an eye out on your membership cards in your inbox shortly. And remember what? Once a Panther, always a Panther. Thank you.
Graduates, please stand if you're not already standing. Mom, dad, uncle, cousin, do you mind please returning to your seat so we can have our sacred march out of these halls and grounds? The way you enter is the way you exit. This ritual is important because the exiting of the sacred space and the ceremony is our allowing the world to know that there are leaders that are coming that will change it. We never want you to leave this part of the ceremony. Please, let us make sure your stoles are right, your gowns are fixed, your tassels in their right place. We cannot birth you from the womb of Virginia Union into the world messed up, jacked up, and looking crazy. So as we walk and get ready to exit, please straighten your back and never let your back ever bend again. Straighten your head. Keep your chins above your shoulder and never ever let your chin fall. For in times of trouble, in times of distress, the only thing you must do is lift your eyes to the hills from which cometh your help, knowing that your help cometh from the God above. And if ever you find a position you don't know what to get out of, remember, send a check to Virginia Union and everything else will work itself out. You must learn to siege your way through all of your problems. $5 opens a door, $100 makes a way, and $1 million lets the sun shine. Are you ready? We are ready to enter the world and make it better than it has ever been. Pompum circumstance. I forgot about that. Thank you. And you know, I thank God for the choir. The first time I made a mistake, they sang anyway, and wasn't that a good one? We got that total praise. The second time, they didn't do anything. Thank God for that. In my own excitement, this most important part of Exit is the first time you get to sing the alma mater as an alum. Please remove your hats, gentlemen, and let us sing together the alma mater.
Let us pray. Almighty and everlasting God, we thank you for what our eyes have seen, for what our ears have heard, for what our hearts have felt. The graduation of students is the magnum opus work of our university. Our finest work are our graduates. But now they move forward to new opportunities to be best in class, forward into limitless futures. And Virginia Union goes with them because Virginia Union is in them. And so that majestic light continues to send rays throughout the land. Amen. Amen.